So what is medical malpractice? Hi, my name is George Tate. I'm a medical malpractice attorney here in Salt Lake City, Utah. You know, we get asked many times, what is medical malpractice? Medical malpractice, also known as medical negligence, is simply when a doctor fails to do or prescribe or do what he's supposed to do according to what is commonly called the standard of care. Now, medical malpractice or medical negligence is the same thing. It's essentially where a physician, or a facility for that matter, fails to do what they're supposed to do or does something they're not supposed to do. And for me, it's a simple safety issue. Juries in the state of Utah determine what the standard of care is. They determine the standard of care based upon expert testimony. You know, it's always fascinating to me when juries hear at trial that what the doctor did was somehow good enough. You hear from conflicting experts. You hear from the defendant's experts, the doctor or the facility's experts, and you hear from the plaintiff's experts about what they should have done. And the jury ultimately decides based on these conflicts between the two experts, the defense expert and the plaintiff's expert. Now, the doctors or the facility's experts are always arguing that whatever the doctor or the facility did was or met the standard of care, which again is determined by expert testimony at trial. The plaintiff's expert is always arguing for a standard of care that people want. They want their doctors to do the right thing. Just not good enough, okay, the standard practice. They want, people want, juries want, communities want safety. They want doctors to do what they're required to do. And when a doctor fails to do what he should do or does something that he shouldn't do, that's medical negligence. And it's a safety issue because the community decides ultimately at trial which standard of care they're willing to accept. So when they accept a standard of care that's good enough, is that what we want? We as a community? I think we want doctors and healthcare facilities to do better than good enough. We don't want good enough. We should want the best. Because God knows we pay a lot for medicine. And we should have what we have the best way. The best. Not good enough. That doesn't cut it. So medical malpractice is the same as medical negligence. Medical negligence, same as medical malpractice. And it's determined by the standard of care, which is determined by expert testimony at trial. Of course, these experts for the defendant, doctor, or the facility always differ from that of the plaintiff's expert. The plaintiff's expert wants a standard of care which is high. The defendant doctors always want the lower standard. Ultimately, the jury decides, you want this or do you want that? I think it's a no-brainer, but they're hard-fought cases, but that's what medical negligence is. And that's how you go about proving it as well. Either the doctor or the facility, healthcare facility, either did something they weren't supposed to do or failed to do something they should have done. Anyways, George Tate, attorney, Salt Lake City, medical malpractice. Call us. We'll answer your questions. Happy to see if you have a case or not. So take care out there.